Hammer D'Angelo is a Kenku cleric that follows the trickery domain path. He wears loose priestly robes covered in golden threads, dangling jewelry, and colorfully weaved patterns. Under the robes, he sports scale mail armor. His eyes dart wildly from side to side, as if constantly taking in information and never resting. On his side, he wears a dark leather pouch that carries all of the necessary spell components. His religious emblem is a ruby gem encrusted in a gold casing that dangles around his neck. His equipment consists of a small curved dagger, a mace, and a shield. Hammer is constantly distracted by the thought of money. His obsession has led him into a life of religious fakery as he attempts to scam anyone he can out of a few coins. Much of his scriptures and hymns he quotes would be done in an older male voice, as this is the voice of Father D'Angelo. Occasionally, a younger woman's voice will quote a verse or two because of the time he spent with Father D'Angelo's daughter, Ella. Hammer comes from a proud line of religious deceivers. His grandfather, Mallet, was one of the first Kenku to meet the missionaries sent from the Church of Our Lord and Lady of Light that were sent to his tribe's homelands. At first glance, the Kenku tribe seemed to be rather accepting of these foreigners, and their attempts at converting the population seemed to be successful. However, this proved to be a false front. What the missionaries were unaware of was the underlying plot that had been devised by the Kenku leaders to help develop their own language capabilities. This tribe in particular had been struggling as of late, but with the help of these newfound verses and songs, the Kenku were able to mislead and convince the masses around them out of their coin and trust. This would then go on to create a group of disingenuous Kenku followers that merely began to mimic the teachings they were being taught by the family of evangelists while secretly turning around and convincing those that would listen to them with twisted proverbs and scriptures to fool them into service and charity that only benefited the tribe. The leader of this religious expedition, Pastor Noah D'Angelo, was unable to see through the ruse of this Kenku clan and would often mistake the perversions of his teachings as simple misunderstandings that he would correct upon his next sermon to the tribe. Hammer's father, Sledge, raised Hammer up in the corrupt ways of the Kenku cult. Over time, the clan and the preacher's family were able to come to an agreement of sending Hammer away with some of the missionaries' children to attend religious schooling in the home country to learn from the most prestigious university of the Lord and Lady of Light, which was a month's journey away. During this journey, Hammer became quite fond of the missionary's older daughter, Ella, named after one of the god's devoted matrons. The two of them became quite close friends, and during their travels, she would often speak of her dream to travel the world from the sky above, as she had read about in books and heard stories from lands far away. Unfortunately, the girl ended up dying during the trip due to an untreatable traveling illness. Hammer never ended up reaching their ultimate destination. Instead, he now spends his time conning others out of their income so that he may one day fulfill the girl's ultimate dream of flying across the world in her stead. I hope you enjoyed this character creation. Hammer is one of my favorite characters I've ever created, and I really enjoyed being able to share him with you all. You can find all of the information for this character down in the description. If you're interested in more DMing content or playable characters, hit the subscribe button to be notified for when my next video comes out.